Hello guys, welcome to another video. So you might have heard term event delegation in your front-end career or if you are working on front-end technologies. Now in this video, we are going to discover what exactly the event delegation is and how you can optimize your programs using this technique. So now let's take an example. You do have this tree, you have this HTML structure and each element is a clickable element. You want to perform some action on child's click, li click. Now there are two ways you can attach events to them. One, attach event to each li element. Let's say it's going to be click event. Now, in this case, what's going to happen? The number of li elements you have, the number of events are going to be equal. And each event going to take space in memory. Space in memory. So ultimately, you're increasing your space if you are assigning event to each element in your tree. Now, what else you can do? There's another approach which is called event delegation. Now, what you can do, you can just assign one event to parent, and on the click of any of its child, the parent is also going to be get clicked because of the bubbling. Bubbling is a process in JavaScript events. Events triggered on child elements will bubble up to its ancestors. Like if you click on this li, ultimately this li is going to bubble up to its parent, that is ul, and ul has the event click, then this event is going to trigger. This is called bubbling, and using this bubbling concept you can perform event delegation. Now in this tree you only have one event and only going to have one space of function in the memory, rather having equal number of space in memory for functions as you have the three elements in your structure. Alright, so the definition for the event delegation is going to be event delegation is a technique to attach event on parent and using that event handles all child events. It could be click, it could be mouse over, mouse out. And what are the major benefits it has? The benefit is basically the efficiency. Like you don't need to create multiple events for all the elements, right? You just need to create one event for all the elements. It is efficient, saves memory for your program, it's going to optimize your application, and dynamic content. Maybe if you add some dynamic content here while runtime of your program, you don't have this content right now, it's going to be added later by some other events. So this is going to handle this event delegation is going to handle it pretty easily, because you're not attaching event to the child element, you're attaching event to parent, and parent can have n number of childs, maybe at the start of the program or later in the program. It's going to handle it pretty well, and it is also very maintainable. So it's like you need to maintain one event, you don't need to worry about thousands of event looping on this structure. It's just like one event. Now let's take a look on the real example. So see, I do have this HTML page where I do have this ul element and it has 4 childs. It could be a number of child, doesn't matter. And I'm giving this parent id nav so that I can easily access it in JavaScript. Okay, this is my JavaScript file, and here I'm just accessing the element nav using get element by id. And now this nav is a parent of all li, and I'm attaching event to that nav on click, and I'm just printing console e.target. Target is the targeted element, and I'm printing the text content on the target element. Now if you see, I have 4 elements here. If I just open the console and if I click on add, you see add there, delete, update, deploy. Simple as that. Now you only have one event for all these li children, and if you want to perform some actions on the basis of each click, you can do something like this. cons action is equal to this, and maybe you can use switch action. There are going to be cases like add, if add, adding, and you can create multiple cases like case of add, delete, and you can do delete. And if you just try to run this program for now, this don't have any action, so they are not performing anything here, but delete has an action, add has an action, so you see they are running perfectly. So clicking on add, it is printing 2 times because you need to use break, otherwise it runs all the cases. So your application has lot of events, and attaching events to the parent whenever you can optimize your application and save some memory for your application so that your application load faster. Thank you for watching this video. If you like, please do subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you and have a nice